There you go, Vince. Do what you do, Vince.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be going over the 1041 tax return. So for everybody who has got their 1099-Bs already accepted, we're now going to learn how to transfer them to our trust. Well, through our trust. So right now we're going to take you step by step what you should be seeing when you go to TaxAct to file your trust taxes. Lorna, can you share your screen?
I sure can. Let's see. Okay, so I am at TaxAct.com.
And we're going to go to free.
Okay. Would that be no? Do you have a TaxAct account? I'll just say no.
Mm-hmm.
And it is taking a while. Okay, so I'm going to create an account.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. Oh no. It has to have uppercase. Oh, okay. Okay, and it needs a symbol. Okay.
Check the box.
And I agree. All right, create account. And it is moving slow. Oh, it doesn't like the username. It's like, yeah, really? Is that what you're gonna do? Okay, let's see if that will work. No. Okay.
It must be that sample.
They don't like that. Oh, wait, my username.
Ooh.
Okay. It already exists. Oh, I just can't win for it. Let's think. Surely that one does not already exist. You know what? Maybe it gets stuck and it doesn't reset itself.
Put $2 signs behind it. Put $2 signs behind it.
Okay. Oh. Oh, man. Let's do that again. Okay, I agree. And that's Monty Gold. Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
create new account.
Create a new one. Okay. Okay, let me
They
verify.
will send you an email.
Yep,
Make sure it's here.
let's see. Let's go to the emails. Okay, let's go to wonderful picks.
So it might have went to your spam.
Yeah, so I'm looking in there too to see. One time I found it in promotions, so let me.
And Lorna,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of sort of get the message. Just go ahead and skip to your actual active account. Let's go through it from there. We'll get the message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll work.
And hopefully I'm
That'll
not being rude, but yeah.
Yeah, that will work. Let me get out of here and go to, there we go. So we've done the email, you've got logged in, and here you go. So it's going to go to, you're going to go through the free, the one we were doing over there. You're going through the free one, and then it's going to ask you, did you want to add a return? And you're going to say start new. Here we go. So we'll get to the free file. Okay, Vince, so we'll go from here.
Let's go. I
All
love
right.
you, Lauren. I ain't got to say too much of anything. Let's go.
All right. Let's import your information. That would be a no, because this
No.
is your first time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tell us about yourself, Lauren.
I'm sorry. Tell us about yourself. Okay. So do you want me to go through that, or just know that you will have to go through the personal information?
Yes, just hit continue.
So I'm sorry.
Just hit continue.
Okay. And we continue. You tell about yourself
Mm-hmm.
and continue, because this is still about yourself. Continue. Continue.
That would be no.
Okay. You want me to go back there? Okay.
No. Uh-uh.
Can you be claimed as a dependent? Then that would be no, but I won't fill it out because it'll make me fill everything out. Tell us about your family. Tell us about where you live.
That would be your address.
Yes. And then your marital status, dependent's address, your information. You're definitely going to put your social in there. And here is our filing recommendation for you as single.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think we messed up.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I
Because
just thought about,
usually, I'm sorry.
see, this is trying to do a 1040. We
Right.
need to go to
Because,
estates and trust.
yes. Okay.
I was just looking at the questions like, well, wait a minute.
Why are they asking us personal questions? Right. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go to basic. Oh, they're not gonna. Okay, personal information code. Yeah,
Okay, so go back to,
they're making us go all the way. Go back to where?
the beginning where it says free.
Yes, because we have to tell it at that point to do
Mhm.
trust. Yes. Okay.
It was asking too many
Okay.
questions.
Yes. Do you need to find? Let's see. How do we get back to? Well,
Won't let you go back no farther?
no, but we will just start it. over.
Mhm.
Because it won't let me go back any further. Okay, so we're at the sign in and we're gonna go under the tax products.
Mhm.
And then you take it to the estates and trust. And
There you
then they
go.
will not ask us any of that. And then we go to start for free and I will sign in. Okay, so we don't want to import, but we're going to go, this one is going to allow us to go to the estate. Okay.
Mhm.
Do we want to import last year's? No, we're going to continue without importing.
Mhm.
Okay, and
We're
then
going
we're going to go to
simple
simple
trust.
trust.
Go ahead, girl.
And then you're going to put the name of the trust. So I'm going to see if it'll let me continue without it. And your fiduciary can be an
Is it?
LLC, but we're doing it as an individual. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you can put your fiduciary's name there, first,
Mhm.
last, and the social, and the title is trustee.
Mhm.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you would put your street address, and of course your zip code and your phone number. And you're going to put the trust EIN number.
And number. Yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay, and then enter the date that the trust was created. So whatever date you have that you created your trust, you put it there. And we can check our mini alerts. However, we are going to have a lot of alerts now because I didn't fill anything out. So do you want to do it now or later?
Let's do it later.
Okay. Okay, so for special filing,
Initial return.
I'm sorry.
Initial return.
Okay, this is our first, this is our initial. Okay, other information, do you need to report miscellaneous? We say no.
Mhm.
Estimated tax payments, did the trust make a federal, state, or local estimated tax payment? In 21, we're gonna say no.
Mhm.
Thank you, son. The K1 wizards for beneficiaries, we aren't gonna do that right now, so we're gonna keep going. The beneficiary type, we have none.
Right. Keep going.
We keep going. Beneficiary ID number, we're gonna keep going. The name, we're going to keep going. The address, we're going to keep going.
Mhm.
State, continue. Domestic, continue. Other, continue. Federal wizard, K1, we're gonna continue. That's the summary.
Mhm.
Now we're getting to the federal questions and answers. So
Here we go.
we're gonna start the federal Q&A. Okay, investment income, that was no.
Mhm.
Business income, no, it's not a
Nope.
business. Rental or royalty income, no.
Nope.
Other income, any unpaid compensation, wage, salaries, any part from 1099, gambling, no. So that's no. Income examiner, we're supposed to have all zeros, and we do, so we hit continue. Interest deduction, no.
Mhm.
Taxes deduction, no.
Mhm.
Other deductions, do we do the fiduciary fees here?
No,
So
you don't need to.
no, okay.
Mm.
Okay, so then you will have a zero here and your exempt allowance is 300.
All right.
So we continue, distribution of beneficiaries, we continue. Accounting income, we continue. We continue. Summary of distributions, we continue.
Mhm.
Distribution examiner, 0. Allocation of deductions, income, special K, we're going to continue. Tax examiner, this is zeroed all the way. Hit continue. 2022 estimated tax. Would you like to review the requirements of making estimated tax payments? That's no.
No. Mhm.
Underpayment penalty, no. Miscellaneous examiner, that's continue.
Mhm.
Federal tax summary, you have the exemption and the taxable income is minus 300. So at this point, your refund is 0.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so now, oh, I can't make the screen. Okay. Go up in the search box and hit
Okay.
1099, hit 1099B.
Okay. Okay. Are we gonna do the fuel or any of that?
Oh, yeah. Let's go back. Let's go back to fuel.
Okay, so the fuel, and we aren't gonna do the fiduciary getting 30,000. We aren't gonna do that.
No,
Okay,
this is
let's do fuel. And that is the 4136 is the
Mhm.
credit for your fuel. Okay, so that's a 4136 form. And is it non-taxable use of gasoline?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay, off-highway business use of gasoline. And there is where we put, what amount do you want me to put there?
30,000 gallons.
30,000 gallons.
Mhm.
Okay. And then we don't put anything else here. We hit continue.
Mhm.
And then it tells you up here the refund from the 30,000 gallons. That's, I guess, the mute point for the IRS that they don't audit anything
Audit,
30,000 or under.
exactly. They do not audit under 30.
Okay, so
30,000 and
that's
under.
okay. So that is the refund for that. So now we'll hit continue. And we will hit continue again. Tax summary. So now you have, for the refund, you have 5,490.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna continue. And then it's not gonna be a state.
Mhm.
We're gonna continue. And then we would check the alerts. But so you would check the alerts. If it was red or green, you're fine. If it's, I'm sorry, if it's yellow or green,
Or
you're
green.
fine. If it's red, then you'd have to go back and fill those. I think mine would be red because I didn't fill in the information. You will, so we won't do that. We're gonna skip alerts. We're not gonna do a prior year comparison. And then we're not gonna do the filing because we're going to ask to add the 1099Bs.
1099Bs. Here we go.
Okay, so. B. So
Here we
we'll go
go.
to 1099B, capital gain or loss.
Mhm.
And so from here, you will add the 1099Bs that you just did on tax1099.com. So
Say it again.
whatever 1099B you had, just get it out, look at it, and put the information in here. And so for here, it's going to be signature for, okay, I'm doing this by heart. Okay, signature for funds access.
Signature exchange for funds access.
Exchange, okay, thank you. Okay, so that's the description, just like you did on the 1099 Bs. And then you're gonna put in the date acquired, which will be January 1st of 2021. So you'll come down to 2021, you'll go to January and you put January 1st. And then the date sold, you will come down and put December 31st of 2021. So you just get December 31st of 2021. And this is ordinary.
Ordinary.
Do any of these less common items apply to this transaction? You're gonna put ordinary and you're gonna click continue. And this is just like on the 1099, you're gonna go and click B, short-term transaction in which basis was not reported to the IRS. So you'll click B and you'll continue. And here for the sales investment transaction, you're going to not put anything there, right?
Right. You're going. Okay. So let's break it down.
Okay.
When we did the 1099B on
Mhm.
tax 1099, we made them liable for the taxes. If you put proceeds in there, you saying that's your trust made income. So we don't put nothing in proceeds. Continue.
Okay, perfect. Okay, sales adjustment, we put nothing. Under here, we're gonna click the federal and or state withholding for items reported on the form 1099B. We're gonna go down, we aren't gonna touch anything else. None of the above already is populated. We're gonna hit continue. Investment sales tax withholding. So the federal tax withheld is where we're gonna put the amount on your 1099B. So if that amount was, 15,000 for a car or whatever you had, you're gonna put that there. And then you're gonna continue. And for the state, we don't fill that out. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna continue. And we'll check the alerts, you'll check your alerts again at that point, but we'll do that later. So,
No.
I'm sorry, go on.
Now, as you can see, that 15,000 went straight to your federal refund. Let's
Right
do
here.
one more. Let's do one more for 20,000 for a student loan or something.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Your rent. Let's do the rent.
Oh, that was my favorite. Okay.
Secure cash for rent.
And I normally have my cap on. Let me get to that.
And as you notice, we don't do a 1099B on tax 1099 for rent.
Yeah, so we didn't go back and do it on the tax 1099.com. So for rent, because you're working for the trust, you can do it straight and directly from here. So this is where you put the rent. The date acquired as well is going to be the same as 2021, January 1st, until January 31st. I mean, December 31st of 2021. Okay, this is also ordinary. And we're going to go here again. We're going to put the B for short-term transaction in which is not reported to the IRS. And then sales transaction, that's where we're going to put the rent, correct?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry. It's a no and no adjustment. It's put the federal, you're going to click there again and just click continue. And this is where we're going to put it under federal tax withheld. Okay. And you put whatever your annual rent was for the year. And in California, that's about $42,500 for the year. So that also populates in your refund. So your total refund at this point is reflecting your rent, your car that you put in for 15,000, and the the credit for gasoline. So we don't have state. We're going to keep going, and we're going to do the alerts later. So when you get here again, if you want to do a student loan, as Vince said, that's going to also be under signature exchange. So you're just going to put the signature exchange in there. For cash, wait, signature exchange for
Funds access.
funds access. How did I just forget that so quick? Okay, and then we're gonna do that again for the dates, because this is filed for 2021, so everything we're gonna do is gonna be from January 1st of 2021 until December 31st of 2021. Okay, it's going to be ordinary. And we're going to change that to B. And we're going to continue. And we're going to continue for the adjustment. And we're going to click the federal and or state withholding and continue. And here is where you're going to put in that amount of your student loan. And I don't know, what are student loans? 25,000 maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to put that in. And as soon as you put that in, that reflects in your refund that you have coming. And we're not doing state. And we will now, well, we won't do the mini alerts. So this is where you are, and this is what you have. And Vince, do you want to do another one, or do they just continue until the end?
Yeah, just continue. Let's just continue.
Okay. So we're going to continue, and we're not doing any of this for next year. We're just going to continue. And we're going to close the return. So the return is not submitted until you pay for it. So you're going to pay the $124.95. You're going to also fill out the 85.63.
84.53.
Okay.
And remember, they're gonna make you sign it. You're gonna sign it. When you sign your name, you're gonna put trustee behind your name.
Yes. And it's going to be a form that you print out. They actually, when you go through the process, they actually give you a form there and have you print the form out, and you actually sign it, scan it back in, and upload it. And once you do that, you pay, and it is then filed.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's filed, they'll tell you that you have e-filed your return. The other ones, they'll tell you you haven't filed them yet. But when you've completed it, it will come here and tell you that you have e-filed it. And then you're able to open it, download it, and you can also print it out and keep it for your records.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We have liftoff.
And it's liftoff. And then it took, I want to say, with this one, it was just a matter of hours that this one was accepted. So it just took a few hours for it to accept it. Then they go through the process of approving it. And then once it's approved, then the checks are in the mail.
Say it again.
So, and then they give you a site where after they do approve it, that you can go on and track it. You can find out where it is in the process, has it been mailed, and then track it from there.
Yes, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, we have just filed our 1041 taxes. What you think, Z? What you think, Z?
I'll
Yo, I
stop.
love it. It's mind blowing. Yeah, I love it. Hell yeah. Thank you very much for giving it to us this way. You know,
Yes.
thank you,
you
Lorna,
so
too.
much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Lorna's a
absolutely.
beast. Lorna sounds just like me. I was like, she took that video and ran with it.
You know what? I've only done that once, so I was doing everything by memory, but I do have it written down. I just didn't look at my notes, but I got it now. But
Mhm.
it's thank you. It's been amazing. And yeah, it's been good.
So,
And they even allow you to go back and then do 2020 and 19. But I'm just waiting for 21 to do what it does. And then I'll go back and do the other 2 years.
and get the rest of them. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
let's go. It'll be that will, you know, what you did, Lorna, was help us so we'll have a great class tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's cool, you know.
Well,
Yes, indeed.
So
yeah.
She
we,
definitely
So
made it easier.
mhm.
yeah, and then we skipped, I skipped some steps because I didn't fill everything in, but I think enough to, and then it'll make you ask questions. And that's what poor Vince, I know he was like, she calling me again? But I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. And I called when I got stuck. So, and Vince made it make sense to me.
But it's
He
cool
really,
because some of the questions you got, see, now we can pause it. So if
Mhm.
each screen we can pause tomorrow to make sure they have a thorough understanding of where you went. And that's cool. You know what I mean? Because people may have
Well,
questions.
and here's the thing, once you get the video out, put it in the group so everybody can watch it tonight and tomorrow. And then when we come on tomorrow, let's answer some questions.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
You know
Let's
what,
get it.
Vince, and I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that had the question, but I don't mind asking questions because I don't think it's dumb questions. I think the only questions that are dumb are the ones you don't ask.
Say it
But
again. Say it again.
really, but I literally needed Vince to make this make sense to me. And Vince, you are amazing at making it make sense. And I mean, I went remedial on him because I was like, Vince, help me understand this because I'm tripping for a minute. I'm like, I just filed the 1099Bs on all of these. And now I'm double dipping by turning around and filing a 1041 on them. So I'm going to get paid twice. So I was nervous that I was doing something wrong and double dipping. And he just broke down the
Hey,
analogy
brother
of,
Vince, what you told her, so she broke it down, put this on the video, the double dipping. Explain that. Can you explain that
yes,
logic so
because
people
it
can see
changed
it?
my life. It changed
Right.
my life, I tell you. So as simple as he did it, Vince, please do it. It changed, it made everything make sense to me. Somebody else is thinking that they're just not asking that
Yeah,
question.
go ahead, break that down for us.
I'm trying to remember the question. You know how many people I talk to in a day?
I know. So the question was, I literally thought that because I filed the 1099Bs and I sent them to the IRS, that they were going to pay me on the 1099Bs. And then I turned around and filed those same 1099Bs through the 1041 with the trust. And you said, no, 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 no. Think about it like this. You put the IRS on notice with the 1099Bs that
Hmm.
this is what's going on. So tell them how you broke that down to me. I was like, oh,
Oh, okay. So basically, see, you thought that when you filed the 1099Bs that you were getting paid
yes,
from the IRS
yes,
with it. No, you're putting the IRS on notice that there was an exchange between the straw man and this company because remember, they're not reporting this to the IRS. So you
right.
putting the IRS on notice that there's fraud out there. So now when we file the 1099Bs, we're making those companies liable for the taxes. See, because
Mhm.
they're claiming that out of our estates. They're securitizing, hypothecating it, and trading it on the stock market without our permission. So you're alerting the IRS that, yeah, this is the amount they took out of my estate. But now that I work for the trust is my employer now. We're going to recoup those credits that they pretty much stole from us and accept them as a gift in our trust. Does that make sense?
That made all the sense in the world because you gave me that visual and I totally understood it afterwards because I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is this? What is the 1099 for? What is the 1041 for? Make it make sense to me. And that's
And
what you
see,
did.
right. And see, you have a lot of people out there, they say, well, you can do an A on it and you can see it and cancel it out. Why we want to cancel it out? We're letting these businesses off the hook. I'm not canceling nothing. No, you owe
Right.
me. You know what I'm saying? You owe me.
Yes.
Or should I say you owe the trust, since that's my
Right.
employer now.
Right.
Let's keep it moving.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and that will make it plain for a lot of people because I think that, well, I won't say anybody else. Me, I just wasn't clear. I just didn't know, and I wasn't clear, and I needed to know what we were doing and why. And that just did everything for me. So I was able to do it with confidence because I was like, I'm not going to file this 1041 when I already did the 1099s. I'm not going to get paid twice and get in trouble. And when you made it crystal clear, that changed everything for me. So with confidence, I did my 1041s and had no problem with that because I understood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're just completing the circuit. You know,
Yes.
we put the IRS on notice with the B, let them know the exchange. The IRS sends the company the B. Now they got to correct the record. That double bookkeeping entry they got. You see what I'm saying? They got to zero that account out because you coming. When you file that 1041, you just claiming all your gifts that you have lent out over in the year of 2021.
Right.
So, you know, we're good. We are definitely good.
And I appreciate it. I really, really do.
Yeah, this should answer a lot of people's questions. And we're gonna be on fire tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah. And they can stop it, like Izuku said, they can stop at every point and say, you know, well, what do we do here? Or I didn't see that because there are a couple of steps that I skipped, they may not have seen. So they'll be able to say, well, how did you get to this page? And we'll be able to knock it out because somebody should be going through it live if they haven't already. So then that way they can actually be on that page because my account already exists. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go in now and remove those returns because I don't want extra ones sitting there. So I'm going to remove that one. Yeah. So yeah, they can actually do it step by step. So the parts that they won't see because it didn't allow me to do it, they'll be able to see and say, okay, I'm here, help.
Right. And the part that we skipped is just them putting in their trust information and name and naming the trustee. That's all we really skipped. If you really think about it.
Okay. Yeah, and that's self-explanatory. Yeah.
Right.
And did they see the part with the simple trust? Yeah, they saw that part that they picked simple trust. Okay. And plus, the only, you know, what you did on the other video was what I followed. That was step by step. The only thing it didn't do was take you all the way through the end when you had to fill out the other form. But
8453.
But it will go through.
Well, that's because me and Sam, we so used to doing it, we wasn't thinking like that. So we just through it. You know?
Right. Right.
So we are definitely good. Definitely good. You got anything to say, Z?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I love it. I love the video. I hope you give us a summation for tomorrow in a way that your summation is about the future. so people that see it years from now know that we've been very productive and professional how we presented it to them. So that's cool. You know, like that.
Okay, sound like a plan. Sound like a plan.
Yes, do that.
And like I said, the next step, we're gonna hit these W-4s off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
But everybody got to order a CUSIP, like for your driver's license or something. Let's
Right,
hit them real nice. Let's hit them nice.
right. Now, when you do your QSIP, that's a question I have, because when you were doing the video with Cedric, he put his QSIP in here for the court cases. So,
Mhm.
is that, why would he not do that through the W-4 way? I mean, when he puts
Okay.
it in here. Mhm.
Okay, so this is what happened.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Oh, Vince and Lauren, I'm sorry. This video is about one topic. Okay, let's stay
Oh,
because
I
we're
didn't know
gonna
you were still
confuse people,
taping.
and then let's bring the questions on tomorrow. But let this video.
Okay.
You see, let's let this video be about one topic because she's asking more advanced topic. You know what I mean? Now,
I thought you had turned it off. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
if we want to do it after I turn it off, that's fine, and I'll
Mhm.
edit it. But let us stay on one topic for now, right?
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I apologize, Lorna, because I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. You know what I mean? I'm the lazy producer, as Vince labeled, like that. So
No, not at all.
I'll turn the recording off, and if y'all want to continue, let's continue.
Yeah, I thought you had turned it off. That's the only
Yeah, I
real
did.